think all year long, I feel proud to be gay, but I think during Pride Month, we celebrate it.
My first Pride that I went as what I thought was an ally many years ago. Everyone was so happy in their own skin.
But I wasn't out in high school. So I would go to Pride in San Francisco and wear a massive baggy hoodie outside. And then as soon as I got 3 blocks away, I dumped the clothes in the trash can.
And I remember just admiring everyone. And I was just like, this is fun.
It was my first time being around that many queer people. And I almost didn't realize that many queer people existed on Earth.
I just remember being so scared, but also so excited, It was just the best.
I think my most memorable was my first Pride at M&A. I could just feel how much love was in the room. And even though I wasn't out at the time, it just felt like such a safe space and it felt like such a strong community.
I spent a summer in New York when I was an intern. And then I came back to California and I was talking to my mom and she picked me up from the airport and I was like, so I have a boyfriend. And she was like, it's about time.
My dad's like, girl, it's not a surprise.
And I said, Grandma, I'm dating someone. And she said, is he Jewish? And I said, no, but also he's not a he. And she said, what? And I said, I'm gay. And she said, what? And I'm standing in the middle of New York City on the Upper East Side screaming I'm gay. And she went, oh, is she Jewish?
I told my mother over the phone. She was like, oh my God, I'm never gonna have grandchildren. And she hung up on me in tears. But the funny part is my dad immediately called me and he was laughing. And he's like, your mother's an idiot. How did she not know?
I've lost some friends, which has been surprising to the people that I have come out to.
For a long time, when I dealt with homophobia, I took it very personally. To now look back and think this is something they're dealing with, this is their own issue, and who I am is not an issue.
I do wish that I knew sooner that queerness was an option, that I didn't have to sort of be binary about my sexuality at all. And not even sexuality. I think it's also just the way I live my life, the way I think about love, the way I think about relationships.
I think over the last few years of being out, I learned that at the end of the day, what matters is just following my heart and doing what I feel is good. And I don't necessarily owe anybody an explanation. And it's really none of their business.
It goes back to that fearlessness of not being afraid to be your authentic self, especially in times like now where it can feel like it's especially scary.
Right now, the deterioration of so much of the progress that we've made over the past 20, 30 years is terrifying.
We had to fight for being gay and being a part of this community. And those rights can easily be stripped of us. And we're watching it in real time.
I hope that someday we don't need to quickly label people, that they can just like what they like and dress how they dress.
The older ones did it for us so we can be this free. And now we just got to keep going so the younger ones could be even more free.
There's a huge pull to be oh, this person is queer, let's have them do a webinar during Pride Month. It's their voice is equally as important throughout the rest of the year.
You spend so long trying to hide everything and button it up and make it look like a presentable package, but exactly who you are is accepted and wonderful just with the right group of people.
I'm not out to everyone I want to be out to so far, but I have come out in the spaces that I feel that would accept me. And one of those places is at work. It's always been very apparent to me that I can always be who I am at M&A.
For the longest time, I've been very ashamed of who I am, and to be able to just let go and be fully comfortable and not overthink everything I'm saying is just a huge relief.
If you know anybody that is part of this community, just uplift them and celebrate them.
Being who you are is the best part of being a part of the community, because I think people get stuck on the whole like gay, but it really is about you.
Just be you and you'll figure it out.
And they're just like the best people to gossip and party with. So what can I say?